Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where right now we're going to be rewatching Bandri Season 1 Episode 8. So this episode is probably my favorite episode of the entire Season 1 series, and it's probably the favorite for a lot of you people out there as well, since we get a good conclusion, a good resolution to Saya's arc, we get a new song, a new performance, and everybody is happy in the end. So anyways, without further ado, let us jump right into the episode. And let us begin in 3, 2, 1, play. This scene was so funny when I saw it in the first time. Okay, so this translation also got it wrong. What Tai was saying there was Ochan, her rabbit. So she thought Arisa was her rabbit and that's why she was hugging her, not Papa or old geezer or whatnot. Lots of translations got it wrong the first time. Ochan is her rabbit. Just want to make that clear. Man, waking up at 6:30 in the morning is definitely something I do not want to relive of my student days. This is why they showed Kasumi's futon be empty at the very beginning, because she was out delivering this envelope with the lyrics. See, when even the dad is, taking it in stride, you definitely don't need to overreact. But again, it's part of Saya's personalities, right? And again, I'm not advocating that you don't need to treat it as a serious matter, but I definitely feel like she is over worrying. Yeah. Kasumi definitely is a naturally charismatic leader. And it's Tai is just like in the middle practicing her guitar. Hey, Kokoro! And what's her name in English? Dang it, I forgot her name in English. Hana. Eh. Well, you always want to be an Oju-sama, so. I love Tai. Stop acting, Kasumi. You're not scared of ghost houses, haunted houses. Now this is definitely a part where Kasumi differs from her voice actor Aimi. Aimi is completely unfazed by horror stuff. Find the princess. Oh, she's so funny. Oh, this scene with the BGM. Like I said, the BGM here is so good. I mean, throughout the whole series, it's so good, but definitely within this scene, you especially notice it. Oh, Saya, just go. Try to be kind to yourself. Yeah. By the way, that scene was the favorite scene of the voice actor of Aya, Amita. That was the scene that she picked as her favorite. Definitely one of my favorite scenes as well. This whole episode is just filled with good scenes. Listening to the song. Comedic group. I really liked how they at least they put this scene before she joined up with Poppin' Party, right? So you have to uh make resolutions with your past first before you can continue walking on to your future. So I really, really like that they put this scene here. Even though a lot of people were like, hurry up and just get on stage already, but I feel like this is extremely important. Right. Like that is, even though that was so short, it was also one of my favorite scenes from this episode. Hmm. Now this part is very reminiscent of the ending of season 1 of K-On, where Yui was running to the stage and then being pulled up onto stage. Wait, was it the end of season 1 or season 2? I kind of forgot, but anyways. Like seriously, how can you say you're out of practice and then still do that? This is also a great song. Hopefully, I won't have to cut this part out. Now you can just hear it on the official channel anyways. I love how they make that little thing, especially during the lives, and then everybody raises their hand. It's very fun. Mhm. Mhm. Not vocal, not guitar, on the random star. I think there's a little bit after this as well. Hold on a second. Right. A little part in the end. Oh no, it's closing down. And yeah. And there we have it, episode 8, my personal favorite episode of this entire series. I loved how they made it. I loved how they resolved the situation, not just with Saya herself, with the emotional scene at the hospital, reading the letters, also everybody from the class cheering her on, and also her first making a resolution to her past with her former bandmates, getting up on stage and putting up a kick-ass performance, right? So all's everything is good. Everybody is happy, and it's just great, right? Now there are some things to nitpick, I guess, and I think the most obvious one would be to uh, comment on the actual performance of Starbeat, right? So Saya, even though she only heard this song one time before, she was able to give a flawless performance on the drums. And in her own words, she had been out of practice for a while already, right? So who knows within this year if she even practiced at all. I'm assuming she still did, but we don't know, right? She said herself she's out of practice. So how is she able to do it so flawlessly here, right? Anime logic. Uh, to me, I feel like it's I surprisingly I don't have as much an issue of that as I have with Kasumi's improvement in her guitar playing, because in terms of drums, once you get to a certain level and you know the structure, you know common pop song structures, it's fairly easy to play through a song blind and still sound pretty good. Of course, there probably will be places where you skip a beat or miss someplace, especially when there's a rhythm change. But for the most part, you can play through a pop song blindly without too much trouble. Now, definitely what I feel could have been even better there would be if they changed the they changed the drumming for this song to something else, not from its recording. So give it a sort of more impromptu or improvisation feel to the song, and that would make it even more realistic, I guess. But maybe they didn't want to spend the time to re-record the song and all of the instruments again. So, eh, again, it could have been better, but I don't have as big as a problem there. And also, one slight thing to watch for is uh, in the Starbeat song, when they get to the chorus, right before the chorus, when they all shout Starbeat, one of the poses they have is they take their hand and raise it up and then reverse it, right? So you can see it in their live performances as well. So if you look closely at that scene, you'll see that all the other members did that pose, except for Saya, which makes sense, right? Because they've never told her, in universe, she would have no way of knowing that at that point she was supposed to do this cool move. So I feel like that was a little attention to detail that I really liked, and just it's the small things, right? It's these little things that heighten my enjoyment of anime, especially since this is a rewatch and I can see that part again. So Saya's drumming, I don't really have an issue there. Personally, I have a much bigger issue with Kasumi being able to sing and play the guitar that cleanly. I already mentioned this in episode 5, I believe, when they sang the Chococorone song. But here, again, I feel like they probably didn't really have that much time to rehearse. She was still busy planning the cultural festival things, and at most, maybe give her 3 or 4 weeks of practice time to be able to play like that so cleanly and even start looking around when you're and singing at the same time. It's just, I don't know. It's an anime, so I don't want to comment. I don't want to keep on repeating this, but I'll probably repeat it again in the last episode because hey, that it is kind of ridiculous. But still, uh, compared to Kasumi's progression, I feel like Saya's role here I can more readily accept. So, yeah, that about sums up my conclusion for this episode. Again, I absolutely love it. I love that they were able to. Okay, so maybe one final thing is in regards to Saya talking to her former bandmates, right? And actually, okay, this is a good point to bring up. So why was it that she was not able to continue playing with her former bandmates, but she's able to continue playing drums by the invitation of the members of Poppin' Party? What's the main difference here? So there's a few ways to look at it. Now, my personal theory is that it's a difference in persistence, right? Kasumi is, by all means, a very determined character. Once she sets her sights on something, she's going to keep at it, even if it's embarrassing or even if it's something that's it's normally not done, right? She's just thick-skinned enough to not care about anything else and just keep on hammering at a wall until she breaks it down. So that is definitely a large part of the reason why she was able to convince Saya. So maybe Natsumi, I guess you could say Natsumi and the other members of Chispa were not persistent enough in their efforts to open up Saya, so to speak. And definitely, Poppin' Party, it was a group effort, right? They all went to her house and they all made their own, little speeches and whatnot to convince her to come. And I feel like this goes into the second point, and that is, I feel like Saya is probably more closer to Poppin' Party than she ever was with Chispa. Now, you can't really know, right? But I feel like there is a difference between, originally in Chispa, only Natsumi was in the same school as Saya. The other two were from another girls' school. Whereas here, all the other members of Poppin' Party are within the school, and even 4 of them are within the same class. So they really spend a lot more time together than Saya ever actually could have had with her former bandmates. So I feel like that also impacted a lot in her decision as well. So both the persistence and just a matter of her being even more comfortable and more entwined with her current bandmates, right? But definitely, I do like that they at least give a proper conclusion to her time at Chispa, and they even showed how they recruited a new drummer, so the original Chispa could continue playing on. So everything is tied up and everything is neat and dandy, right? So, anyways, no complaints here. This is my favorite episode, and it's also the favorite episode of a lot of the voice actors for this anime. Like I said, Amita, who voices Aya, uh, Aimi, who voices Kasumi, and Aimi even said that this is probably the only episode where she really had a trouble holding back her tears, right? And that goes to me as well, right? I'm not exactly a person who cries much, but this one got me a little teary-eyed. So, anyways, with this, we've concluded Saya's arc, so all the characters are here, all 5 members of Poppin' Party are in the band now, and we are then going to continue on to, I guess you could say, the main story arc. Um, I'm going on vacation, so I don't know when the next episodes can come out. It's probably not going to be in time. I'm not going to be in time to finish this series before season 2 comes out. It is what it is. I'll still finish it eventually, but anyways, until next time, see you guys later.